All right, I'm Adam Funderburg, the owner of highcalibercoaching.org. Here we go. The way to measure productivity is not in activity in a vacuum. You've got to put return on investment over the time frame. So when you're trying to figure out what you should do on any given day, I think you do need to start with the who, and you do need to start with the why. But before you lay out your activities and what you're going to do, you need to look through and use this formula and run it backwards. What's the time frame that I need this to work with? And then what are the activities that are going to yield the highest results over that period of time? If I'm trying to start a new career, I'm going to spend time reading, learning, studying, and I'm not going to get any benefit for months, maybe years. If I spend time creating these videos, I may not see any benefit for months or years. Eventually, I will get people that watch these videos that wind up hiring me to be their coach because they watch these videos and they understand after watching them, oh, this guy understands productivity. This guy understands clarity. This guy can help me get my courage and my influence dialed in. This guy can really help me out with creating these videos, for example. This would be a little bit meta, but creating these videos, I'm creating something that, as Rory Vaden called them, he called them trust soldiers, putting these little things out that make it so that people can know, like, and trust you. And that's who they're gonna hire. You can, if I wanted to go make some money, I'm sure that I could grab a lawnmower and I could run around the neighborhood and find people that would pay me $5 to mow their lawn. And I could make money real quick. Making a YouTube video, this is an investment that's a different kind of investment. At the end of the day, I'm probably not going to have 20 bucks. At the end of the day with my lawnmower, I could make 20 bucks. It's a really terrible investment for me to go mow that lawn versus doing this. But if I need 20 bucks and something horrible is gonna happen if I don't, that might be an option, okay? Now, my point being is that what the time frame is the driver that you need to start with, and then you look at your activity that is going to get the highest reward. With this, you can start putting together a to-do list where you're taking care of the things that are the most valuable over whatever time frame is important. When you're running, if you want to run like a successful farm, you may have wheat, you may have trees, and you may have a vineyard. And the thing with that is that they're all going to be harvesting at different times. They're all going to require maintenance at different times. All of these things are going to be at different times. However, it's a formula for a successful long-term goal of stability and activity that gives you a good return. It might be a good thing for me to create PDFs for my customers, FAQs, but if I don't invest the time into developing a good set of bullet points that I go over so that I stay concise, on track, and that sort of thing, if I create an FAQ that is a video where I just get up and I decide that I'm just gonna wing it, I'm gonna wind up with an FAQ that's missing questions, that is incoherent and rambling, which will result in people clicking off and going someplace else where they did take the time to put together a good FAQ. And because I left stuff out, I'm still gonna wind up getting the phone call where somebody is trying to get an answer to their question. So the best thing for me to do before I hit record is to sit down and think, what's in the video? What are the points that I need to hit? How should I express these things in a way that helps my customer out the most? Because if I can help the customer out the most, then I will likely be benefiting myself as well. So These are a handful of the things that go into determining how we should create stuff, spend our time, that sort of thing. The most productive things that we do that make it difficult is that productivity, with this formula, being productive can feel slow. It can feel like you're not getting anything done. When you're studying and you're trying to hammer out an idea and you're trying to get it so that it's arranged properly, it can take time. You need to iterate, you need to work on it and go and go and go. And then eventually you get an idea that, if you present it properly, is worth $1 million. Versus you could be running around doing little 5-minute tasks that are of very little value, and you were busy and time went really fast. But that work was really low-level work, easy to replace. And if you're easy to replace, you're not getting paid well. If you want to check out the rule of money, I've got a video on Earl Nightingale's idea of the rule of money and how it can never, ever be violated. So yeah, productivity can feel very slow. If you're doing work that seems to be dragging on, ask yourself what the ROI is on this, because this may be a project that will return for years. This may be the tree that you're planting that it doesn't yield right away, but down the road, it doesn't require that much maintenance, and it cranks out all kinds of fruit, and it produces and produces and produces year on, year out. And versus planting wheat and planting, corn and that sort of stuff, there's a lot of time that goes into that year in and year out. They're annuals. You harvest them, you cut the whole plant down. And so there are different things that are appropriate for different times of the year and different seasons in our lives, and for that matter, with respect to the amount of energy that you have. So if you have your best energy is, like for me, 7 to 9 a.m., I am in my peak mental state. That is when I should be creating the products that are like planting trees. That's when I'm building trees and I'm getting that sort of thing cranked out. Between 9 and 11, my productivity, my creative capacity drops, and I'm not able to generate what I did, what I would have been able to do a couple hours earlier. If I get pressed to trying to create a video after 4, 5, 6, if I tried to create a video at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, it would be completely incoherent, a mess. It would take me 5 times as long to create something that was half as good. So pay attention to what time you're doing it. But the whole point of this video is that productivity is measured as return on investment over time. Start with time. Start with time and back it out to the activities that you're going to be doing so that you can get the proper ROI, so that you can say, today was a productive day, whether it felt like it or not. I'm Adam Funderburg, the owner of highcalibercoaching.org, and I would love for you to drop by and grab your own high caliber morning routine. It's a PDF that you download. You start out the day reading the message that you gave yourself the night before. The night before, I want you to spend that last 30 minutes going through. It only takes 10 minutes, but if you can own that last 30 minutes, as Ed Milet says, if you can own the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes of your day, the whole bit in the middle is a whole lot better. And I would say that your sleep's probably going to be better too. But at the end of that day, you write yourself an encouraging word, just a couple sentences. And when you get up in the morning, you read that and you go, oh man, that's right. I got the best life in the world. I'm in such a good spot. There's a lot that goes up to writing yourself that note, but you can watch the videos on Fridays where I'm going through the high caliber morning routine and I'm explaining how the whole thing works. as well as if you go and you download the High Caliber Morning Routine, there is a training video on how to do it. It's completely free. All you need to do is have a printer. I'd go buy yourself a mini binder, though that's probably possibly optional, and a hole punch would be good. All right, I'm Adam Funderburg, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.